For Well-Crafted Kitchen, it's a race against time.
It's absolutely a big undertaking.
6 weeks to wash, cut,
Only have a certain amount of storage.
and prep
Comes almost mechanic at a point.
thousands of pounds of tomatoes.
3,000 on site, but we're going to try to do over 10,000 pounds this year.
It's a massive undertaking during normal times, let alone when staffing shortages continue to impact restaurants nationwide.
We are pivoting at a more frequent pace, for sure.
So co-owner Liz Bauer and her team decided to get creative.
The only way we were going to truly make it through this time of our lives is really with the help of our community.
Calling on their customers for a little help.
Where I was like, yeah, that's a lot. We're going to be overwhelmed. Like, anybody out there want to help?
And boy, did people want to help.
We got like a couple of emails back, and then we got more emails back, and then she put it in the newsletter the next week, and soon we had 50 volunteers that were ready to sign up, asking to go.
Volunteers helping to fill in the gaps for this small business
30-40 pounds of tomatoes right here.
during their busiest time of the year.
What it allowed us to do is we're not going to hire someone and then lay them off in 6 weeks. We're not going to burn out our team.
Not only lending a hand in the process of making local pizza, but also getting a chance to connect with their community.
What's better than giving the people purchasing your food the ability to come see how we make it?
Yet another pivot that's just another piece of the pie.
We'll keep having people if they still want to come.
After we made some calls today, we were finally able to get to the bottom of what happened out here and why it is so dark. And we're told the streetlights out here could be fixed as early as tomorrow, but tonight, it's still almost complete darkness in this block. Even if we turn off our own light, it gets even worse, shining a light on the impact this is having.
Graffiti all over the wall, poor lighting.
Along West North Avenue near Druid Hill, the outlook on this block is bleak.
I never seen Baltimore so tore down.
Cosmetic concerns that have even led to crime. On Friday, Baltimore police say a 41-year-old man was shot right here. Violence under the veil of darkness. It happened on a block where we've found streetlight after streetlight after streetlight have been broken for nearly a month.
We all need light. Without light and dark, you can't see anything.
It's a concern residents like Gerald McCall are shining a light on. How dark streets can often lead crime
It would deter crime.
to creep
because
in.
light, people can see. We have elderly people that need to walk and need to, to just be able to see where they're going, and that's a protection for them.
It's an issue also backed up by data, as this map makes clear. The colored dots showing broken and damaged streetlights, while the gray dots indicate crime all around.
You can talk to any number of neighbors in those communities, and they'll always tell you that light is an issue, that they don't feel safe. And when you don't feel safe, you're not going to go into those areas. You stay away from those areas. And that leaves a vacuum for illegitimate activity.
So with the lights in this block being broken for so long, Fox 45 News wanted to get answers. BGE tells us they are aware of the issue and are sending a crew out Tuesday to start repairs. But amid another night of darkness, those who live here say their city leaders need to see the impact too.
Definitely on the top of their priority list because they're running this city. They want to make Baltimore great, put some lights, light up Baltimore.
Light shining through on a now silent scene. But less than 24 hours ago, this corner on Hilton Street was far from this silent. A shooting taking yet another life on these streets. Today, there's no memorial, no sign that someone was killed here. A 48-year-old man whose name hasn't even been released. He was one of 4 people killed just this week amid a surge in murders not seen in nearly 4 years, all taken too soon. Just scratching the surface of a much bigger issue as we hit this tragic milestone of 100 homicides.
The shameful thing is that you almost become desensitized.
Rod Hudson is a West Baltimore pastor and member of Act Now.
I know on this particular corner, we've had at least 3 murders.
He says the constant death seen in our city leaves many people feeling numb.
When you've done funeral after funeral after funeral, it touches you in a way like being on a battlefield.
It's a battle that's far from being won, but one that Baltimoreans have become too accustomed to.
To so many, violence is a way of life.
As more and more faceless victims lose their lives without anyone speaking up.
Putting some air pressure in the tire because it was pretty low.
It's just bike riders that come together. We doing this for Thanksgiving, for people that's in need.
Thanksgiving 2021.
Crank is how you move. So, you know, Cranksgiving, Thanksgiving, it's a dope play on words.
In the past, people would gather in one spot and we would send everyone out from one spot. But this year and last year, we chose to have people start wherever they wanted to.
I'm ready to ride.
And that meant that we just sent them their manifest, which is the list that includes the list of places and groceries that you have to buy.
Canned chicken, canned beans, canned fruit, vegetables, no salt. We good. Let's map this out.
Just all got that automatically sent to them at 1 p.m.
Alrighty, well, we gotta take a picture.
We'll get to those locations, do the challenges. We'll get points for that. 2-hour window. Within that window, we want to get as much as we can.
I got you.
All 10
$5,
points.
I'll text it to you.
We got 10 points?
All 10 points to you guys. Good job for coming out.
Thank you.
We get points for collecting the food items.
What are we doing? We're getting vegetables and seasoning mix.
Low sodium was hard to find, but we found it.
Are all your team members here?
Yeah, they're coming up.
All right.
We'll check in.
Show me a receipt when you come out. Thanks.
We got pears, we got canned goods, we got tuna fish, the golden can.
I found it first, man. I found it first.
The golden can, how much is that worth?
I think it's 10 points.
10 points?
So,
An extra 10 points.
how it adds up.
Yeah.
Every rider on the team is probably doing around 10 to 15 miles today.
We did about 12 miles today, but I went out, did 43 yesterday, so. Bicyclists, that's what we do.
Love it, love it, love it.
It's a lot more than just us giving $20 to an event, that we're like actually going around and picking up stuff that they need. And it's a chance for us all to hang out and do something on a beautiful day in Baltimore.
The main objective of this event is to bring the community together and do it on bikes.
2 foods, right?
You can use it to do service in your community.
Perfect, peanut butter.
And to buy food for people that may not have as much access to it.
It feels great, yes.
It's a competition as well, but it's a competition with a different spirit. It's a win-win. Get some miles in to do it for a good cause. It's the perfect storm.
All right, come over here.
People look forward to this all month long.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Because we only do it the second Saturday every month.
We can't wear lip gloss with a mask on.
Yes, it's an inclusive club.
I'm not a makeup artist.
And they need a place to go to where they're not judged.
My grandma gave this to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So this really becomes this magical place.
Cute. You want to go check it out in the mirror?
You know, we post a thing saying, Club Saturday night, who's coming? And then people will be, I'll be there, I'll be there.
See the sparkles?
Oh yeah, that's really good.
It's really good?
Yeah.
Hopefully by our 7th year, we'll be back in person.
Pretty much everything is set up.
We quickly converted to an online club.
It's pretty much a club for the disability, and that's like the main thing, most important thing.
Everyone's definitely super happy when they get on the club. You actually have to type in the password 1111 to log on to. I mean, it's fun. We are at my apartment enjoying virtual club, Grace and I, getting our dance on.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Y'all ready to party? Let's go, y'all. Come on.
And the music starts, and you'll see your friends dancing.
You want to dance with me?
6 p.m. to 8 p.m. You might chat with somebody else online, and that's pretty much club. And you're not just staring at the Brady Bunch of squares, you're staring at people who are dancing. We're constantly scanning the 100+ people that are online, looking for the next person that we can spotlight.
Oh, there we are! We're nice and big!
And sometimes people holding signs up, and sometimes they have some wacky background, or they're wearing a funny hat. Filters. I'm waiting to see that cat show up.
They come there and they can just be themselves, you know, just dance however they want and just have a great time.
100 to 120 people online. When we were in person, it was about 600 to 700 people. that were here.
Go ahead, y'all. Let's go. Let's go.
At the very end, we say, okay, everybody take yourself off mute and say goodbye. And you hear 80 people going, bye, see you, Jesse, bye. Gives you that feeling like when it was live here.
Hey, good night, guys. Good night.
Good night, everybody. As long as people are happy and having a good time, then yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Spring is here, and signs of life
We got ducks out here, we got wild birds.
are everywhere you look at Druid Hill Park.
There's always somebody riding on a bike, always somebody jogging.
But there's one sign,
I always see him.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a setup on top of his car.
rather one person,
Nobody does this like I do. You ready?
Usually right there on the other side of the road in front of the pavilion.
that you just can't miss.
Mr. Mike, you call him Mike the Dancer.
He loves dancing and he's gonna do it wherever he is.
I will assume that Mike is his name.
They call me different names. Some people go as far as say the legend.
He's a living legend. He's an urban legend. That's what he is.
But I try to downplay that one.
Michael Wilkins has always loved to get down.
I might just get the urges sometimes just to get up and dance, start dancing.
Even after a childhood accident left him with 2 broken legs and lasting osteoporosis, he continued to dance.
When I got like 16, I started going to the clubs, dancing, and sometimes I would go 3 or 4 clubs all in one night.
Now, as a 66-year-old retired DPW worker, he still has that same passion for the pulse.
20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes.
Something even COVID couldn't stop.
Once the country shut down, that's when I started dancing in my house.
Going live on Facebook from his basement for his fans. But now, the park is the stage for his fancy footwork.
Hot there, that's my man.
And endless spins.
Sometimes I come twice a day, 3 times a day.
He still dances for those watching on Facebook.
The music may say turn or it might say raise your hand. Sometimes the music tells me what to do.
But he's also entertaining everyone passing by.
He got some incredible moves. On a scale from 1 to 10, they are 11.
Most just watch the sharply dressed man in the suit.
He's focusing, People really enjoy seeing him.
Others can't help but join in.
It's all up in your head anyway.
Dancing just relaxes. It's good for the mind and body.
For Mike, it's therapy.
I just feel at ease when I'm dancing. It just sets me free from everything.
And that's what it's all about.
Sometimes I'm down, I'm tired. When I see him, he just lifts me up.
He is the icing on the cake. Because, he inspires us all.
Reminding us, like that old saying goes,
just come up with a feeling.
to dance like nobody's watching.
And never know what I'm going to do. It's always spontaneous.
Even when you know they are.
Just feel the music.
You got that special something. I guess it's star quality.
Just being free. That's what we call it, being free.
Policies like Marilyn Mosby's have been popular among progressives in cities across the country, but the effects are having wide-ranging impacts. So to see that firsthand, we took the 90-mile trip up 95 to Philadelphia, where similar policies have been in place for nearly 4 years now. And what we found was shocking, and some say could be in Baltimore's future. The city of brotherly love, known for its skyline, history, and bustling streets.
They think it's like Disneyland.
But head to the outskirts, and you'll see a much different picture.
You get addicted to the lifestyle.
As anyone walking the streets around Kensington Avenue would tell you.
There's just too many drugs and, prostitution.
For Eric Leon,
drug dealing.
He should know because he's lived it every day.
Robberies, fights.
He's called this street home.
I'm out here doing the same goddamn thing.
For 29 years.
It is what it is around here. It's Kensington.
It's a corridor shadowed by the subway above, where trash and continued decline are flanked by violence and open-air drug dealing have all been left to flourish.
I do drugs my goddamn self. And I deal drugs myself. And You know how many times they could have got me? They just let me go.
Leon says he's tried to get help and get off these streets, but says the vicious cycle can easily lead people back in, especially with the lack of consequences.
I got picked up, came out the next day, did it again.
And Leon isn't the only one who's had charges dropped,
honestly,
only to reoffend. For nearly 4 years now, the policy in Philadelphia has been to stop prosecuting certain low-level crimes, including prostitution and certain drug possession crimes. Policies implemented by the city's district attorney, Larry Krasner.
Let's support Larry Krasner. Larry!
Krasner was elected in 2017.
The most progressive DA in the USA.
We started moving our criminal justice system forward.
Running on a platform of progressive reform.
You are looking at where this city is headed. And where this city is headed is towards a beautiful place.
And while Krasner has followed through on many of his campaign promises,
I know that I can call on him.
Since taking office, crime and violence in this city has only surged. Last year, Philadelphia had 499 murders, the most in 30 years. And this year, the city's on track to hit more than 600. It's an issue of public safety that's now come into the spotlight and lost him a lot of support.
Things have gone off the rail that he is not addressing.
Carlos Vega is a former assistant district attorney who's looking to oust Krasner from office.
The reason I'm running is because the city is in a state of crisis.
Vega believes the policies implemented by Krasner show he's not serious about fighting the root causes of violence in this city and have only led to a sense of lawlessness.
There are no consequences. There has to be some consequences to the crimes that are being committed.
Warning signs for a city like Baltimore, where Marilyn Mosby has taken the plays right out of Krasner's playbook. 2 progressive prosecutors who claim to be reformists, but seem to only be interested in conducting a social experiment.
The cops would just straight up walk right by me. You know what I mean? And they watch you, they see it, they don't care. They don't care about us. They don't.
They saddle up before sunlight.
As soon as we get the warrant.
And quickly get on the move.
Want to do our best to get that individual off the street. We definitely want to start early, catch them when they least expect it.
The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, highly trained and on a mission.
We're going home to our families, making sure the public's safe.
It's 6 a.m. and time is already ticking.
Yep, good to go.
Zeroing in on their target.
Yeah, good intel, so guys should be here that we're looking for.
It's a suspect wanted on felony charges for domestic assault.
They don't have addresses, they like to hide, stay in hotels.
And a hotel is exactly where they believe their suspect is hiding just after 6 a.m. The team rolls in quick, heading right to where their intel's leading them.
Police department with the warrant! Open the door! Do it now! We will break the door down!
Part of the team lined at the door with others watching from the sides.
They cover all areas, in case, say, they're not in that room, they may be in an adjacent room or something like that. They on approach, they want to try to run out, so we want to have all exit points, covered.
It takes 1 minute. They've got their man.
Target's in custody.
Good intel leading to a safe ending for both sides.
One other guy out the street.
And as they take their first suspect into custody, the day is only just getting started.
Getting the bad guy, that comes after safety. We'll do what we need to do. But if they come to the door and open the door, we'll take it how they give it to us, It's definitely rewarding work. You help fighting crime.
Terrence Joyner has been a deputy U.S. Marshal for 11 years.
I definitely enjoy what I do.
And today, he's supervising a team made up of officers from local departments and the Maryland State Police.
So we're probably going to go canvas.
Okay.
Canvas his known areas.
Whose expertise helped drive the search for these wanted suspects.
So I have a feeling he's around the Patapsco area.
And with very little downtime, task force heads out again.
Gonna canvas the area.
Their search this time is for a man wanted for sex crimes.
We'll see if we can catch him.
But before our cameras arrive, the team in front of us picked him up without issue.
Looked like he was waiting for the bus, so they just got here in time to grab him.
Another success But as we learned later in the day, they don't all come easy.
I'll be sitting on the corner of what?
This Joyner, I'm in the area as well.
Here in West Baltimore,
Sometimes it's just about sitting and watching, seeing what you see.
the team is now canvassing a neighborhood, waiting and watching, hoping to make their third arrest of the day.
Sometimes you can be out here a couple of minutes. Sometimes you can be out here a couple of hours.
And even with a quick break,
Do a lot of the sparkling waters.
the mind stays sharp.
0 calories, 0 sugar. you gotta stay hydrated.
Then it's back to the watch.
They're trying to stay low key, trying to stay hidden.
And while that time passed with no sightings here,
They're gonna keep looking for this guy until they find him.
that doesn't mean this will be the end of the team's aggressive search.
And hopefully that'll be sooner than later.